Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Craftinomical SMP server. My name is Naragath, and in the last episode we went and killed Chaos Garden, which was pretty cool, pretty fun. And in between episodes, only done a couple things. For starters, I went over here and I created this celestial manipulator. Now, this thing's pretty nice. If you don't know what it does, it can control the time of day as well as the weather. There's already one on the server that Danny has, I believe, that keeps it from raining. This one I set up to keep it daytime, but there's only one little bit of a problem with it. I mean, it works fine. The setup actually works great for keeping it daytime, provided I put a redstone dust there. But, yeah, that was at 34% volume, and I probably lowered it a little bit in post to keep from blowing your eardrums out. And to top it off, I also have a sound muffler here. That doesn't do anything. So for right now I have it disabled because I don't want to be hearing that a lot, and it just annoys me that it's so loud, and also there's no way to really control how loud it is other than really turning your volume down, which lowers everything down. So yeah, I may move this over to the mining dimension so I don't have to hear it, but for now it's gonna be over here. So today my plan is to work over here. As you can see, I've completely taken out the farms that I had here. I'm going to be putting Botania stuff over here. So that's going to be the plan for today. The first thing I want to do though is I want to take these guys out. I no longer need them as I don't actually use my ancient ring anymore. Since I have the draconic armor, I don't need the ring, and this is just kind of taking up a spot. I may put, some GPU production back in some other time, if I find a need for it. But for now, I'm gonna take it out. Oh yes, and one other thing I need to show is down below. So now this isn't done by any means, but I've got it more or less the way I want it, with some notable exceptions. I need to still switch out this biotite, or at least make it look a little more intentional. I haven't swapped out what I had built before yet. But yeah, with the black quartz, I think it actually looks pretty good. And I got the energized glowstone here. I did have some energized glowstone there. Go ahead and fix that real quick. Should only need one bucket, I hope. Okay, so fix this. So I need to put bucket there. And that should, there we go. That's better. Yeah, it's one of the fun things with working with energized glowstone. But anyway, like I said, this is getting closer to the way I'm wanting to look, and I just realized I have night vision on. Good, turn that off. As you can see, with the energized glowstone, it actually lights it up pretty decently. I may still want to light out to the edges possibly, but I think this is fine. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get some things put together for Britannia, and I'll bring you back in a sec. Alright, then welcome back. So I kind of changed my mind about getting everything ready. We're gonna go ahead and do a lot of this on camera with you guys. Now, I haven't really messed with Britannia a whole lot. The main thing that I've done is kill the guy boss. AZ was doing a stream, and he was having some difficulty with it, so I went over and killed it for him, basically. The Draconic Evolution armor for that is rather OP. You can't fly, but all the status effects are negated with it, and also the shield is, well, kind of nice to have. So, yeah, that's the main thing that I've done with it. I do know a little bit about it, but not a whole lot. And I will note that I am planning on automating it, and the way I'm going to automate it isn't the easiest way to automate it, but it's going to be a fun way of automating it. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting. So, one of the first things that we need is this petal apothecary. And I'm just going to put the stuff out here for the moment. I'm not going to put it in a building yet. So for right now, we'll put it there. And let's go ahead and get ourselves a sink. All right. Go ahead and keep that bucket with us. One other thing I want to get is a comparator, as I know I'm going to need a few of these guys for the various stuff I'm going to automate with Botania. So with the comparator off of the apothecary, I know it'll tell me if there's water or not, so I can use that later on with open computers to refill this, which I'll be setting up drones to do that for me. Like I said, I know there's easier ways that I could do this, but I think having drones is going to be kind of fun to be able to do it that way. I may even set it up where drones auto craft stuff for me, where they pick up the petals and whatever other materials and then drop it into the apothecary. I think that'll be kind of fun. But yeah, so we got that. So now what I want to make is a pure daisy. So to make that guy, we just need 4 white petals or mushrooms. Okay. So, and I just so happen to have a few of these guys. And then we also need a seed. Well, actually, I'll need 2 of them because I'm going to go ahead and craft 2 of them. And while I'm at it, let's go ahead and get some stone. And then I think I also need some wood. Okay, I'm back. I went ahead and got some wood and also made it daytime with a manipulator, so I cut that out instead of making you guys listen to that. Alright, so I just need to drop those guys in, and then oops. There you go. So if you shift right click, you can get the last item that you put in now. There we go. Alright. Okay, so now we have our 2 pure daisies. Let's go ahead and put them right there. And let's go ahead and get some stuff changing over. So as you can see, we have the particles coming off of the logs here. That means it's working. If you don't see the particles, it's not working. So, alright, so that's going to take a little bit of time. So I'm going to go ahead and let those convert over, and I'll be back with you guys in just a sec. Alright, and there we go. Alright. So that's the second batch of living wood and living rock. So yeah, I'm sure I'm gonna need a lot more, but it's gonna be enough to get me started. Alright, so now with the living wood, need a few sticks here. And let's see here. What colors do I want to make it? I can make it cyan. So what I'm going to be making now is my Wand of the Forest, I believe it's called. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Wand of the Forest. And what color petals you put into it determines what colors it is. Not that it's a big deal. The colors don't really have an impact on it. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do a cyan and a red. Because reasons. And because that's what I already have. Okay. So, need that. Then we're also going to need mana pools. A couple of them. Alright, so let's go ahead and put these over here for now. My question is, how do the comparators work on these guys? Because I know you can use comparators on this. I've already tested this in a creative world to see if Open Computers adapters work with this, which they don't, fortunately. So we have to use comparators if we want to find out how full these are via remote means. So now what I want to look into, I do believe, is going to be endoflames. So these guys are pretty nice, as they're going to use like coal or some other burnable material that you normally put in like a furnace, and it'll generate mana that way. So what we need is light gray, red, and 2 brown. Let's see if we have that right at the moment. Regular red. We do have gray. We have red. And we do have brown. So that should work. Oh, yeah. And we do need seeds. Okay. Oops. Don't forget the water. Alright, so it's 2 brown, 1 red, 1 light gray. That'll get us an endoflame. Okay. So for right now, we'll just put that there. Let's go ahead and make a couple more. Oops. One doesn't do us any good for that. Alright, and if you're wondering, if you right click with an empty hand, it'll refill. The last pattern that you used, it's extremely useful, especially for during mass crafting. Okay, so got 4 of these guys. So obviously I'm going to want to create more, but for now, I think this will work just fine. Let's go ahead and get some coal. And before I do that, we're going to want a way to take the mana from these guys and put it into the pool, since they don't do it on their own. So I'm going to want to look up how to make mana spreader. Okay, so we're going to need gold and a feather. Ooh. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get some feathers, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So, turns out I didn't actually need the feathers for that, but I'm sure I'll need them later. So, what I did is, with my pizza factory right there, I have it where I can kill this chicken. And instead of trashing them, I have it send it into my system. So, pretty simple thing. So, now what I need to do is grab my Silk Touch pickaxe back out. Kind of want to set it a few blocks above. these taken care of. So now, all I should need to do is take this, shift right click, and then right click. Okay. Alright, so that should be all I really need to do for that. And they should pick up that coal. Why you no work? Ah. Didn't realize I had to bind the end of flames to the mana spreader. Okay. Good to know. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. A couple more redstone down, or a couple more coal there, and let's get some redstone. Just so I can get an idea how this is working. Okay. How full are we? We're not very full at all. Alright. So, with it filling up, it gets a stronger redstone bolt. So that's excellent for detecting how full it is and whatnot, instead of being just off and on. Which I assume that's the way it was going to be, but you never know. Okay. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to do some programming work here. And I'm sure most of you guys don't want to see that. So I'm going to go ahead, get that done off camera, and I'll bring you back in and show you how it all works. So I'll be back in a little bit. All right, and welcome back, everyone. So I thought I'd go ahead and bring you back in for a quick progress update. So I made a few more end of flames, and then I have this computer system in the middle here with mana pools all around the sides with comparators facing into it. And that computer system is reading the comparators, and if it's below a threshold that I've set, which in this case I've set it to full, or 15, which is the max that the comparators will put out when the mana pool is completely full, it will communicate with this computer right here that has a timer that is set to how long it takes for endoflames to process coal. And I have it dropping 2 pieces of coal per dropper because I have 2 endoflames. Once I get more endoflames, I'll up that count. But yeah, that's what I have so far. And I have this chest here that I put the coal in, and it round robins it to all the droppers there. And as you can see, it is clearly working just fine. And provided that this computer's on and is relaying when the mana pools are full, we shouldn't have to worry about any coal despawning, because it'll be dropping it exactly when the endoflames are finishing their processing of the previous piece of coal. And when it's full, the endoflames will still process that piece of coal, but they won't be getting another piece. So we won't have any coal despawning. So I won't be wasting any coal in that respect. So pretty simple setup. And if you're wondering why I have them spread out so far, is because endoflames have a range of 7x7. So I'm putting them, the pieces of coal, that far out so that we don't have, say we drop a piece of coal here, we don't have this set over here snagging it from that side. Because there is a possibility that one of these mana pools will be full and another one won't, and I want that specific mana pool to get full. And the way I have it set up, it's kind of important the way it's set up, or the way the computer's facing, so that the one that's in front here is hooked up to that mana spreader. That's in front. That's also the front of this computer. I could change that if I need to, but it's for simplicity's sake. Setting them up where they're facing the same way makes it a lot easier for the system, and less troubleshooting that I have to go through. So yeah, so I'm pretty happy with how this is setting up. So next thing I want to do is automate refilling the apothecary here. And the way I'm going to do this is actually going to be kind of fun. This is where I'm going to be putting drones into play, where I'm going to have a drone come over here, refill its bucket of water, come over here, drop the bucket, pick up the empty bucket, and then go back to a spot and wait for this to say, hey, I'm empty again. So I think that it's going to be cool to watch. So I'm going to go ahead and get that programmed up, and I'll be back with you guys in a little bit. All right, and welcome back. So I got another quick progress update for you guys. I now have my drone set up and working for the pedal apothecary here. The way I set it up is if you put it right behind the pedal apothecary, that's its default or its home base, so to speak. And then we have, this hopper over here that's about 11 blocks away. And then, set up like this so that it moves 2 blocks over here. Or, 2, 3 blocks, whatever. Moves it over there, and this is where it's going to pick up the full bucket of water. Right now I have it kind of slow. I'll probably speed it up later, but just to give a demonstration. Since I don't have what I need to craft another ender flame right now, I'm just going to pull the water out. But that sends it over. It drops off an empty bucket into the hopper, feeds it into the mechanical user, goes to the sink, fills it up, drops it, picks it up, goes back to home base. So pretty simple, but pretty cool nonetheless. And we'll also ensure that that thing stays full pretty much anytime I want to craft something. Now I moved all this over here because chances are what I'm going to do once I decide to enclose all this is I'm just going to have like a little opening for it to fly through, so you won't see any of this right here. And I don't want the sink and all that being shown here. Otherwise, why not just do it yourself? But I think it'd be cool just to have the drone fly through a little opening and then come back. I'll probably have to do some additional programming on that thing to navigate through the opening, unless I want to make it a too wide opening. But that does remind me, with the 1.5 version of the pack, there's a current bug with open computers in which the normal way to change its programming, its EEPROM, normally what you're supposed to do is just put it in your crafting inventory, put the new one in here, and it'll give you the drone plus the new one back. As you can see, that's not working. So the workaround for that is to put it in an anvil, and then delete the name so that its name is drone. And then when you bring it out, then you can get the EEPROM. So if you're trying to figure out how to reprogram your drones and it's not working the way you expect it to, that's why. I believe in the next version of Open Computers, the one that's shipped with 1.6 of the pack, the Feed the Beast Revolution, that should be fixed, I think. If it's not in 1.6, it should be in the next version after that. So, yeah. Anyway, just wanted to mention that. So now what I need to do is I am out of light gray flowers for me to be able to craft the ender flames. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to get a bunch of roses and sunflowers. And the reason for that is so I can make some fertilizer for Britannia and start getting some flowers. Hopefully I'll get the light gray ones. We'll see. Now all I need to do is craft these guys into dye. Good enough. Pop those in there. And if we look for Britannia for fertilizer I want is this 4 fertilizer right here, which you can craft with the powder from various petals from Britannia, or yellow dye and red dye from vanilla. So go ahead, craft up a good bit of that. Hopefully that'll be enough for now. Go ahead, get do that. See, look like I got one light gray. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead, use up this fertilizer, and I'll be back with you guys in a little bit, and we'll continue on from here. All right, and welcome back, everyone. So I've used up all that fertilizer here. So now let's go ahead and craft up some more endoflames with my drone program in place. And that should work out pretty good there. Now let's go ahead and get an empty hand before we start. Alright. Excellent. Yeah, and I think I will want to make it a little bit faster. Just so I'm not waiting quite so long for it. You can stop raining anytime. Thank you. Alright. Oops. Alright, so that's going to be one thing I got to keep in mind is I can't be right next to the apothecary when that's the case. Work. Not too upset about that. Either that, or I'm also going to have to speed up, you know, how soon it picks it up, because it looks like I can pick it up almost immediately after. This is not a bad deal. So, but that's pretty cool that it works as well as it does. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and craft up as many endoflames as I can, and I'll be back with you guys shortly. Alright, welcome back. So I found one little issue, and it's not with what I got going with my upper computers. See there that my mana spreaders can't empty their buffer fast enough. Sure, I think I'm going to have to look into getting some lenses here quickly so I can have these guys empty their buffer a little bit faster. So in order to do that, though, I do believe I need the runic altar. Yes. Okay. So as you can see over here, I've just moved a mana pool over here. This is where I'm going to be basically, instead of generating mana, this is where I'm going to be spending mana. Yeah, as you can probably guess. So I just want it over here, so I'm far enough away from there that I don't have to worry about, you know, things interfering and whatnot. So now what I need is I need to make the runic altar, and as it is, I don't think I have enough living rock. Nope. So let's go ahead and get some stone going on here. Get these all converted up. And I will be looking to automate this too, of course. Thinking I'll be using a robot for this, or I may just go the easy route with constructors and deconstructors from refined storage. But anyway, so I know I want to get the velocity lens. So I'm gonna need some mana steel, mana powder, string feather, and white carpet. Okay, that's easy enough. And then for the mana lens, I'll need some mana steel and that. And mana steel is just iron, right? Yeah. Okay. So I know I can make one of the regular lenses right now. So there, I'm gonna need some mana powder. Okay, easy enough. Make a couple. Okay. It actually didn't take as much mana as I was expecting. Okay. So and obviously I'm going to need to let it build up some so I can do some more. But now that we got moving stone, we got everything but a mana pearl, it looks like. Go ahead and get one of these guys. Hopefully you got enough mana already. And doesn't look like it. I'm guessing that's what it means with the X. Alright, so I'm going to wait for this to have enough mana, and I'll be back with you guys in a little bit. Okay, so I just found out I was a little bit of a derp here. I totally forgot that it's line of sight for the mana here. And the mana spreader here was pumping it into this mana spreader instead of the mana pool. And that was causing it to back this mana spreader up, which in turn was causing that one to back up. So, yeah. Don't do that. So I went ahead and turned off my computer system here to allow these to catch up. But apparently it wasn't super necessary, because it was just this one that I noticed that was getting backed up enough where the coal was, staying on the ground. So that's why. So I went ahead, moved that mana spreader over, moved this one a little bit closer, as well as the mana pool. So yeah, I gotta wait for this one to get some more mana, and I'll be right back with you guys. All right. Really? The moment I start recording, you have to rain. Anyway, we got enough mana here so we can make a mana pearl now. So let's go ahead, pop that in there, get our runic altar. Go ahead, I guess we'll just place it right here. And I don't know if I need to bind it. I don't think I do. Yeah, I don't think I do. So now I got to relook up the recipe, the one that I want to look at. So I'm going to need mana power, mana steel, white carpet, feathers, and string. Alright. Feather. I don't think I have any carpet. Oh, I do. Okay. And now I also need to make a mana steel ingot. Alright. That guy in there. I don't know if the order really matters. Don't think it does. Alright. So now, I think that's what I do. And then I just wait until it starts shooting lightning, I think. So I imagine a few of you were kind of yelling at your screen when you realized this thing isn't getting mana. And the reason for that is because I don't have a mana spreader pointing towards it. So, yeah. Now that we have it pointing mana into it, it seems to actually be working. Imagine that. And we're just about there. And there we go. We get 2 of those runes there. We'll go ahead and get a few mana steel ingots. I'll go ahead and make some more lenses, I think, because I'm going to need these for more than just these right here. Oh, can you only craft one at a time? That's not annoying. Okay, so I'll go ahead and take these guys. Assuming this works the way I think it works. Let's see if I can look it up real quick, but I think these guys, I'm going to get a little bit of, like a little bit of loss with the velocity lens. Okay, so after reading up on it, the velocity lens It will start to lose mana a little bit faster, but if I look at the potency lens, which I need a Rune of Fire, that one will double the amount that is transferred, so I may be able to negate the effects. And I'm sorry if you can hear that motorcycle. Some people just love having loud motorcycles. Okay, yeah, I definitely want the potency lens. So, the netherwort, mana powder, steel, nether brick, and gunpowder. So, I'm okay with another brick. Netherwort, on the other hand, not so much. Okay. Alright, so, go ahead and go back to what we were doing. These guys. Get those guys out. So now we need nether brick and gunpowder. And then we also needed, I think, it was just, yeah, mana ingot and powder. Go super quick. Okay, so we got that, 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 and then we need mana steel ingots. Okay, gotta get the moon rock. I'll go ahead and get these lenses created. And while we're at it, throw that in there. Alright, and that is ready to craft up. There we go. So we got those. So now what we need is some slime. I think it's just do that, and there we go. Rather simple. Okay, so let's go ahead and put those on these guys. And we should see these guys, hopefully, will be able to keep up no problem. Yeah. That is working good. And then if I go over to these guys are going to be full. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to make a few more of those lenses. And I'll be back with you guys in a moment. Alright, and welcome back. So the last thing I want to do in today's episode regarding Botania is I want to make a jaded amaranthus. What this guy does is it will, if it's given mana, it will generate flowers, or Botania flowers in an area around it. So I want to create that, and for right now I'll do it manually, but in between episodes I'm going to be making a drone to take care of that for me. So need that, and we need a stone root, and then it was green, lime green, and purple. So I have purple mushroom there, the lime green flower. Let's go ahead and use mushrooms for this, just to use them up. Alright, and now I need a seed. And there we go. So now, go ahead and put this guy over here. Ah. Got it. Okay, I guess it's pulling mana from that pool. I thought I had to point a mana spreader at it. Okay. that works. Okay, so yeah, there we go. There's that. And I think that's gonna do it for today's episode. So, if you enjoyed the episode, make sure to hit that like button. If you're not already, consider subscribing. You can follow me on Twitter to know the next time I upload. Until next time, guys, have a good one.